Hey, what's up everybody, J17 back with another magic tutorial. This one's called the Paintbrush Top Change. So I'll leave a link in the description below with what I believe is like the original tutorial for this. I felt like I should teach this. As they say in that video, you know, when people first learn the double lift, it's such a cool move that, you know, new magicians or whatever overuse the double lift. This is kind of like an alternative to the double lift because, you know, again, when people first learn it, I know when I first learned the double lift, I used it a lot. Like I would show, you know, the card, I'd make it disappear into the middle of the deck and then it jump back to the top, and yeah, I kind of overused it. And it's okay if you overused it, but or do still overuse it, but this is kind of an alternative to that in some ways. So let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so this is the tutorial. If I can get my camera angles right. So you take the Jack of Spades, you give it a little flick, and it changes into Ace of Clubs. So what's happening here is it's like a double, similar to a double lift, where you have two cards, one's face up, one's not, and you go to do like the paintbrush color change, where, you know, you take your double lift and you give it the little flick and it changes. This one's a little bit more subtle in the way that they don't see the card actually change. It kind of looks like you're putting it face down and then it changes. So what's happening from this angle, and you'll be able to see, is this. You're making it look like you're putting, let's say, the Queen of Diamonds face down, and it still looks like it's face down and you're handing it to them, but the card actually changed. So not too much is different from the paintbrush color change. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go check that out. Just remember, this is angle sensitive, so if you have people to your right, you don't want to perform this because they're going to see the fact that you had another card. So kind of face on can work, like face on can work, and obviously to the left can work because they're not going to see that. Even if you fumble like that, like what I just did, they're not going to see this other card, whereas, you know, to the right, they can see that. So you're doing the same paintbrush chain movement like this, and then you go and you separate the cards like that, where there's that little gap between the two of them, and then you're releasing that card, and then it changes. It's the same thing as the paintbrush color change. You know, you got the two cards, you do this movement, you do the separation, which this is exaggerated, and then you go and change it. The same exact thing, but you're doing the simulation of putting it face down and it changes. So yeah, it's not much to really teach, just practice in front of a camera, in front of a mirror. Make sure that you're either head on or to the left. If there's someone off to your right, you don't want to do that, because again, head on, you can do it. It's like nobody's going to notice if they're staring straight at you and at the deck, because if you do it quick, it's like that. They might see a little bit of something, but it's not that bad. And then obviously left is the actual ideal angle. If you take it and you brush it. You can even leave it up against there and then do it, and it switches. So you're doing this, you're doing this, which is why it's called the paintbrush top change or color change, whatever you want, whichever one you're performing. Take it, you separate it, you release, and it changes. So yeah, that's the so you guys, like I said, that was the paintbrush top change. Sorry, I was a little bit herky-jerky with the teaching and the way I was talking. Again, it's not like I'll leave my link in the description below, where you can watch my paintbrush color change, because it's literally the same movements. And then I'll leave a link in the description for another tutorial of the top change. And you can get, you know, different perspectives from that. Just make sure that, you know, your angles are correct, and then, you know, it can change. Either you have the spectator's card change, or you had their card appear or disappear. So let's say this isn't their card, and you do it, and it changes into their card, or their card just disappears. One or the other, whichever one you want it to be. Yeah, practice it, as I said, looking, you know, stand in front of a mirror. If you have a camera, practice in front of the camera. You know, work on your angles, and everything. And as I said, if there's people to your right, don't perform this, because they're just going to most likely call you out. If they do call you out, there are ways kind of around it. You just be like, yeah, but watch this, and maybe move on to the next part of what your routine is. But I just try not to have people to my right if I am performing it. But yeah, that's it for this video. Rambled enough. You know, eventually, once I get the proper equipment and the proper team, I can then go out and record myself trying to perform for people, and get you guys that social, those social dynamics, those social like interactions with people, and how to go up to people and just be like, hey, you want to see a really cool magic trick really quick. Which can be tough to approach people. So that's why I want to eventually branch out there and show you guys what it actually would look like. But that will come with time and the right equipment. But enough rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. And remember to always live what you learned.